Lots to recap with regard to yesterday's card. We're going to start with our Saturday spotlight race. It was the Tampa Bay Derby for 3-year-olds in Florida at Tampa. And talk about the travel problems. How about our guys trying to get to Tampa?
Oh, my brother-in-law, who does a lot of traveling, has a word for that. He calls it a nightmare. Well, that's what it was for Todd and Simon. 14 hours, I think, total on the road. But anyway, they're troopers. They did a great job giving us the first-hand coverage. And going in, we suspected, we talked about it early on, we thought the outside 2-3-year-olds would dominate in terms of the betting. You can see at the end of the day, Todd Pletcher's Super Saver was the 3-2 favorite, with Ramon Dominguez getting back aboard. He was aboard when Super Saver broke his maiden at Belmont Park. And then Odysseus, we talked to Tom Albatrani earlier in the week, and the connections and folks around the country very high on this Malibu Moon Colt. Anxious to see him perform in this one. And then the local horses, Uptown Charlie Brown. We've told that storybook kind of story with that partnership of over 50 folks involved with Uptown Charlie Brown, and Schoolyard Dreams with his connections. Eric Fine looking for his third straight win in the Tampa Bay. So there are a lot of great storylines going in. If you didn't see it, let's get a look at it.
And they're off. Away and running, Super Saver is gunning right for the early lead. Uptown Charlie Brown, and on the outside, Odysseus will go right after him. The last horse away is Gleam of Hope. To the clubhouse turn they go. Super Saver and Ramon Dominguez angle over sharply and have the lead. Uptown Charlie Brown. Odysseus on the outside. Then it's 3 lengths farther back. Schoolyard Dreams now settles into stride to be fourth. Tubia's Force is fifth. Then it's a long ways back to Gleam of Hope, and far back is Slammy Boy. They settle for their journey up the backstretch, and the favorite Super Saver and Ramon Dominguez calling the shots on the front end by 1.25 lengths. Odysseus on the outside. Uptown Charlie Brown is there toward the rail. Then it's 4 lengths farther back to Schoolyard Dreams. Tubia's Force racing along sixth. The gap of 5 to Gleam of Hope, and the trailer is still Slammy Boy. There's a half mile to run in the 30th edition of the Tampa Bay Derby. Super Saver Dominguez peeks over his shoulder. He's still clear by 2. Uptown Charlie Brown is there toward the rail. Odysseus tries to keep him in a trap. Meanwhile, there goes Schoolyard Dreams with a quick turn of foot. And now the complexion changes. Schoolyard Dreams on the outside. Super Saver Dominguez now gets busy. Odysseus will have to wait for another day. As they turn into the stretch, Schoolyard Dreams has strike to the lead. Toward the rail, Super Saver is there second. As they're into the stretch, it's Schoolyard Dreams, Super Saver, Odysseus on the outside. Far outside, here comes Gleam of Hope. Inside the final furlong, it's still wide open. Schoolyard Dreams, Odysseus is back running again. Down to the wire, Schoolyard Dreams, Odysseus, Schoolyard Dreams, and Odysseus ahead, Bob.
I still don't believe it. Odysseus, who looked soundly defeated at the top of the stretch, re-rallies, dives between horses, and barely noses out this photo.
You know, it's easy to be critical of an announcer's call, but in this case, I agree with Richard Grunder. He said he's going to have to wait for another day. It looked like he was thrown in the towel, and then the photo finish, it still looks like he gets beat in the end here. Watch it real close. The difference was he's a little horse, and he runs with his head down, and he got the ultimate bob right on the money. Right? Ooh. Yeah, that's so tight. And he shows he's a fighter. It was an interesting race all the way around. Schoolyard Dreams made that huge move around the turn there, all around the turn with Jeremy Rose, and he might have caught Odysseus a little bit by surprise, and it looked like maybe he was a little startled.
Stunned.
He's still young. This was just his fourth start, and certainly race young. But in any event, he showed a lot of tenacity and a lot of gameness to come back there. Super Saver, I think they have to be pleased with the way he ran. It was his first start as a 3-year-old, first start from November. Since November, he made all the run, and he was still right there in the end. So it was a good effort. So we'll see. My general feeling overall is that all 3 of these horses on the board there are nice colts, and they're all I think gonna have good careers. But I'm a little bit dubious in terms of the Derby for these 3. We'll see. They still got time. I guess Odysseus is going to come back, or the plans are to come back in the Wood.
Yeah, the plans are to take a look, see how he's doing, potentially run him back in the Wood Memorial. Although with the win in the Tampa Bay Derby, the winner's share of the greatest stakes earnings is $180,000. That's most likely enough to get him in